Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am doing a 4 tarot card pull along with 1 oracle card. And my prompt is "You are worthy, a message about your love life." This is going to be a short and sweet message, but my intention behind it is that it is impactful and potent and hits you at your core to help you know just how lovable and how worthy of your most heartfelt, desired love that you are. So you can go ahead and choose group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3, and I will see you in the reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for this reading, I am doing a 4 tarot card pull along with 1 oracle card. And my prompt is "You are worthy, a message about your love life." So it will be a short and sweet message, but it will definitely feel potent and powerful. At least that is my intention. So for your oracle card, first you chose the Peruvian lily, group number 1, and lilies have a special significance to me. When I was younger, I worked in a daylily garden that was half the size of I wouldn't say half the size, it was probably like a quarter the size of a football field. But it was absolutely beautiful, and the person I helped to develop and cultivate and just take care of their lily field. It was their wives who had passed away. He's now passed away as well, but he meant a lot to me. He was a very strong masculine support for me during that very formative young time in my life. And so I don't even really know why I'm sharing this story, but lilies just mean a lot to me in general. So I would say, as far as symbolism goes with the lily, the Peruvian lily, friendship, joy, acceptance, and honor is the symbolism I would pick out. So I pulled an oracle card from the A Little Rain Oracle, and you got, I don't know how to say this, Ratchafruik. It almost sounds like Dutch or something. The name sounds very Dutch or German. I want to look it up in the book and see what symbolism comes through in the A Little Rain Oracle. And the messages in here are really beautiful. So let's see what you have with your Ratchafruik. Yeah, Ratchafruik. All right. Our names could be significant for you. I don't know why that popped in my head, and we are doing a love reading. So, all right. So we've got tabula rasa, abundance, and moving on. Ratchafruik is Thailand's national flower, and it wears many names across the world: golden shower tree, amaltas, vishu konai, purging cassia. Besides being known as the royal tree in Thailand, it is also known as dak kun, fabled to multiply good luck and prosperity to those gifted this flower, as kun means multiply. Beautiful. In Laos, people use these cascading flowers as religious offerings and hang them in their homes around New Year to attract good luck and goodwill toward their family. The pulp from the fruit is used in herbal medicine to help digestion and can even counter issues like acid reflux. Out with the old, in with the new. When you draw this card, remember that old adage and embrace it. It's easy to hold on to the past. Bad experiences and relationships can fester so slowly over time that we become accustomed to the comfortable suffering. Take a good look around and understand that you deserve better. If something has overstayed its welcome, let it go, and know that now is the time to take efforts to improve yourself in new, unfamiliar ways. All right, I'm going to leave it at that because that was pretty straightforward. So it really felt like out with the old, in with the new. And what the new is this beautiful abundance that's ready to come into your life. There's this feeling of cutting ties to energies or people or belongings that are holding you down. There's this feeling of cleaning out your home even coming through, and doing that being so so powerful of a step you can take to move forward in your life, in your love life even. It's a direct reflection to what you're attracting into your world. So, and this can be translated in many ways. I don't necessarily think this means that you have to cut a person out of your life. This could even, and it could mean that. I want you to translate this with how it resonates. There are many ways this can be interpreted. But the energy is more of a feeling of cutting away, shutting away of old energies. Like, for instance, say you're in a relationship with someone and you love them and you have a history with them and you're coming to a new crossroads, or you're coming to a new phase of your relationship. There's this feeling of letting the past crumble away and kind of like die off and become mulch, like become compost, become mulch, become compost for the fertile grounds of the soil of your relationship. So there is this feeling of, in this phrase, I don't usually say it, but like, let sleeping dogs lie, whatever that even means. I mean, according like to what I remember, it means letting something go, like something that's been festering or something that has been bothering you. There's this feeling of picking at it or focusing a lot on it is not going to help you. There's this feeling of let it die, let it go. It is meant to just be released into the soil. There's meant to just be simple forgiveness there. There's nothing to it. There's not any substance to what you're picking at or what you're focusing on. It's just let it go. Surrender it and move on. Move forward in this fresh new energy. All this abundance of love and forgiveness and peace wants to come into your heart and in your life. And if this isn't about a current relationship, this could be about old ways of thinking that how love is meant to come into your life. So, for instance, if you have had to let go of people in the past that you found aren't resonating, or it's just not working out how you'd wanted or hoped, there's this feeling of love is meant to look differently than what you expect. There's this new horizon that's in front of you, and you're meant to walk towards that and cut your losses. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling the tarot and see what else comes through. All right, so for your tarot cards, you got the Tower. Oh my gosh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. The Tower is about the old, shedding, letting go of the old, old ways of being crumbling, old structures that supported your consciousness, your way of being, your life in general, just crumbling around you. A lot of you could be processing a breakup or just a shattering, like having like a consciousness shattering experience where what you thought you wanted and how you thought things would turn out or go, you're realizing that that's not what you want anymore, or it's not going to work out the way you thought, or you were interpreting signs in the past in a way that were too literal, and maybe you thought something was going to work out in a certain way with a certain person, or, you know, and maybe you did see omens and beautiful signs that are worthy of acknowledging, that are pointing you in the direction of true love, but they didn't come to fruition in the physical, material way that you had hoped or thought they would. So maybe there's this feeling of, I really thought those signs were pointing to this, or I really thought everything was going to unfold in this way. I thought I could see it, and it's not. And there's just this shedding away of all of the expectations you've weighed. Like, there's this feeling of those beautiful signposts that have guided you to this point, and all of your projections that you've put on them, weighing them down and skewing your view of what they're actually trying to say to you. So you're in the process of all of that weight that you've put on them shedding. And so that true message of the signs you've found in your journey, being able to truly like hit your heart and wake you up. So yeah, really beautiful. 7 of Pentacles, the Star, and the Lovers. Oh my God. Okay. So come on. Like, ooh, I almost want another, like this is opening up for a new tarot card to come in. Ooh, maybe I'll pull another one here in a little bit. I didn't plan on doing that. I kind of wanted to be strict about my few cards that I pull, but no, there's going to be another one here in a bit. But okay, so these signs that you've been seeing, or messages that you've witnessed about your love life, or connections to the deepest desires of your soul when it comes to your love life, they're all not going to be a part of this tower. The only thing, this tower moment, the only thing this tower moment is shedding out of your life are your expectations and judgments and projections that skew the true message. As I said, you are on a journey to the highest ideal of love that your soul could possibly reach in the physical form. So if this is something like everybody's expectations or highest ideals of what their soul would be most fulfilled with is different. And a lot of times the divine knows what our soul would be most fulfilled with more than we do. I mean, hence this situation, like we thought we knew what we wanted and apparently it's not. So there is this feeling of over time, us realizing and slowly cultivating our understanding and feelings of what we know to be true about where we're headed within our love life, and connecting more deeply to our desires and envisioning what we want our life to look like with a partner. And again, that looks different for everyone. This harmony, this love, this epitome of a healthy relationship is available to you. And this is the journey you're on to this partnership, to this relationship, to this love. And there's this feeling of patience paying off and trust in your journey, and knowing that you are so worthy of this love that the divine has revealed to you in your heart and in your soul, and knowing that it's inevitable to the point where you have truly let it go and you're able to enjoy the journey. You're able to enjoy, whether you're in a relationship or not, that process of healing, that process of learning and growing and shedding and coming to be more aligned with your true soul nature. You're deepening into the most beauty that love has to offer you. The most intimacy and connection and harmony and balance and love and pleasure and all of that. It's the journey you're on, literally. You can't stray from it. And there is a really strong feeling of you're not going to settle. There's no concern here. Whether or not you feel a concern, in my interpretation of what's going on with your cards, I don't feel a concern here. So maybe once you're through with this tower moment, this shedding, this worry, this fear, or this consciousness shift that's destabilizing, or you questioning, your intuition, once you're through that phase, there is this deep trust in your journey, this heart opening, this connectedness to your life as it is, acceptance of your life as it is, love for your life as it is. because you got yourself here. All of your work, and you're not settling, and your connection to the divine, and you're allowing yourself to heal and confronting the things that get in your way of letting this love in, it's all paying off. And because of that, you're starting to feel love in so many different types of ways, in ways you never did before, and connection and intimacy and trust and all of that. So nothing but beauty and love coming for you. This is the path you're on. It is as simple as that. I'm going to pull one more card for you to see what we have for this middle spot, and then we will wrap your reading up. All right. Aw, you got the Wheel of Fortune. You've got 4 out of 5 of your cards are major arcanas, which are life-altering times. And the fact that you have the Wheel of Fortune is the number 10. This is a number of completion. The Wheel of Fortune is about the divine having a hand on your life. It is about the tides turning in your life in your favor. There is this touch of destiny on your love journey right now, and you have to simply trust it and continue to take paths and watch the signposts and do your best not to put projections onto those signposts, and just embody them because they're meant for you. There's this feeling of sometimes if you get a signpost and it's connected to another situation or person, and that doesn't end up panning out, or you don't have control over another person, like whatever it may be, there's this feeling of that's tainting the beauty and the purity of the signpost and the connection, because that's your sign from the divine. And there's this feeling of, I get to be connected to these signs along the way. They're my signs, they're truth, they're heart truths for my soul and what I'm meant for. And I don't want to taint that anymore. So I'm just going to take those into my soul and my heart and believe that this love will come, and the form in which it comes is up to the divine, and I will trust in it and know that when it does come, I'll be able to recognize it when it comes. Maybe not right away, but over time, like it will resonate with my soul, and all of those signposts will be validated within the love that does enter in, that's meant for me. So yeah, so very, very beautiful reading. I'm so happy for you and your journey. It's really, you get to have everything you want in a relationship, in love, in your life. And whether that is a partner or solitude or your animals or your family, whatever it is that your soul is most fulfilled in, that's what's meant for you in this life. So trust in that. And yeah, just, you've got this. It's already set in stone. Like, this is for you. There's really not much you can do to derail this plan. So, alrighty, yay! Thank you so much. This was your short and sweet, 5-card pull. If you'd like an in-depth reading from me, I do have a Patreon. In my Patreon, I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is more externally based, which is more about what you're manifesting in the world, your relationships, your life purpose, etc. And the other reading is more internally focused, which is more about your connection to the self, your healing journey, shadow work, light work, your spiritual connection to the divine. And also with that reading, I offer an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, if you want to be plugged into that energy every month, there is a link down below if you want to check that out. I also would be honored if you'd like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. If you'd like to leave a tip / buy me a coffee, any little bit I am honored to receive, even just $1 I'm so grateful for. I have merchandise, which is really cute. It has my bee and flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it, if you'd like to check that out. And last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Harken. It is my heart and soul in video form, if that sounds interesting to you to vibe with. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am doing a 4-card pull for tarot with 1 oracle card from the A Little Rain Oracle. My prompt for today's reading is "You Are Worthy," a message about your love life. So it will probably be short and sweet, but my intention is that it is potent and that you can deepen into a sense of worthiness around what you really deserve and what your soul, the word honor is coming through. Your soul wants to be honored and blessed with such a beautiful love that's meant solely for you. So we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. You chose the daylily. Lilies in general, all of the flowers for today are lilies, and they have a special significance to me. I worked in a lily field when I was younger for an older man who ended up feeling like family to me, and he has since passed away. So lilies represent friendship, joy, and in a way, security and trust. And I'm getting I'm kind of almost feeling his presence a little bit. His name was Bob. And he was so joyful and he just saw me, I think. And I was really blessed to have him in my life. I was like 21, 20, 19. So I think I probably needed him at that time. And I'm really feeling his presence right now. So anyway, he was so joyful and just so loving and so sweet and generous and supportive. And I'm just really grateful I had that time with him. Working in his late wife's beautiful, amazing daylily field is basically what it was. Out in the middle of cornfields, and just he had a little oasis, a little house with daylily fields. And I spent a couple years there. So really beautiful part of my life that I took for granted probably. So maybe there's a message here to look around you and find the beautiful moments and the beautiful things in your life, even if it's not perfect. I'd give anything to go back then to that space and feel it like one more time. So there is that kind of like ephemeral nature coming through right now. Yeah, wow, that got kind of intense. I didn't expect that. All right, so we're gonna get right into your tarot. It is your oracle card. It is the A Little Rain Oracle, and your card is, you got cattail. I love that. Yeah, cattails. I don't know if you've ever seen them in person. Most people have, I feel like, but they're like little hot dog looking things. They grow around water. There are lots of them around where I'm from. I'm in the Midwest, the US. And they're just funny little flowery thing. Like they're so interesting. Like I don't know what to say about them other than they have like a goofy energy about them. I think you might be able to somehow eat them. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and just read the message from the guidebook and see what this deck has to say about the cattail. Okay, so cattail. Flexibility, tenacity, and prosperity. Ooh, I like that. The last one I pulled for group 1 had abundance as a keyword. So I like prosperity, abundance, lots of love coming to you guys. When all else failed, ancient medicine relied on plants for their healing properties. You'll find the cattail plant among the past miracle workers. Ooh, a part of the Typha plant with 30 species. It's also safe for human use. People have been known to use cattail in creating ointments to heal cuts, wounds, burns, and stings. Using the leaves' ashes helps play the role of antiseptic and prevents infection. The honey-like discharge from the bottom of the plant stem can serve as a salve for skin irritation and open sores. Super cool. Good to know. The cattail plant is a resourceful species that can be used in many ways to counter several problems. Similar to the multi-usage of this plant, your resources can prove fruitful. It's time to count your blessings because they're coming in handy. Life has already prepared you with all the tools you need to navigate the troubles. All you need to do is look closely at the tools you have at your disposal. Explore your options and assess the tools you have at your disposal and discover a world of new possibilities. Success is within reach, and you can quite possibly see it on the horizon. This may involve stepping out of your comfort zone. Take comfort in the fact that losing the familiar will give way to something better. You are within reach of the next stage in your journey. Sometimes it gets tough to see objectively from close proximity, but they're there. Trust yourself and you'll find them. The message that came through strongly with that is that in some way it feels like your success in the material world is directly related to your success in love. So there's this feeling of going after your dreams, taking physical action in the world to make changes in your life. And that somehow piecing the puzzle pieces together that are going to place you in the perfect location, the perfect circumstances for love to come about. So I would say that most of you are single and not in a relationship. There's very much a feeling of like external circumstances shifting and putting you in a new place, and then something coming to fruition. If we interpret it in a way where someone was in a relationship, it could be people who are separated, where finally material circumstances are going to make them finally be able to come together. So that could be an interpretation. Or also it could be two people who are friends that are working on a creative project or just something in the world they're building together or working together in a job, and that end up turning into something more. So that's kind of the main energy, just external circumstances playing a role, the actions you take to change your physical environment or to create new circumstances for yourself that you even want, that are more favorable. It's like I'm taking action, I'm manifesting something, and because of that, it's bringing me closer to love. So that's kind of the message. Let's dig into the tarot. I pulled 4 tarot cards for this reading. Let's see what you have. Okay, we have the Devil, Judgment, the Knight of Cups, fitting for a love reading, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles makes perfect sense. It's pretty much exactly what I was talking about, like a new material reality. You've got 2 major arcanas, which big shifts in life, major life events kind of energy. So half of your cards so far are major arcana. I left another open door here for a card to come in later. That's what happened in the last reading. I didn't intend to do that, but that's what wants to happen. So I guess that's what we're kind of doing for these readings. But yeah, so let's see what messages come through these tarot cards, and then I'll pull another one soon. I just kind of thought about also that feeling of gratitude for the ephemeral nature of reality and looking around you and like taking it in, soaking it in because it's temporary, because things will change soon. That resonates as well with this situation, with things shifting, things changing. With Judgment, there's a new experience of life in general on the horizon. This card, if you can see it, yeah, you can definitely see it. It's like there's this woman laying here, and it's almost like it kind of sounds morbid, but it's almost like a dead body, but she looks so serene. It's like a corpse almost, and then you see this skeleton with wings rising from that form, and you see arrows coming down towards the body, the woman down there. And there's this feeling of cleansing, because there's a lot of ocean waves and water around here. Love, like leaving something behind with so much love, and because there's like flowers all around. It's like I'm going to put this to bed, this old phase, with so much care and so much love and gratitude. And it's like you're recognizing as you're walking through this huge change in your life, you're so viscerally aware of that is, even if the plans aren't 100% set in motion, you know, it's like your instinct tells you this is the end of a phase. And so you're so careful and loving and kind to the energies, and grateful to the people and the energies that contributed to your ability to get to this point where you are able to shift your circumstances. And yeah, there's just so much love. And it's almost like there's some mourning as well. Mourning for what you know is no longer going to be. Mourning for a past version of yourself that you know no longer will exist. There's a gratitude for the new and the fresh, and knowing that you'll be in a whole new experience, an interaction with your world, experience of who you are, but also this deep honoring of who you were and where you've been. I'm definitely curious about the Devil card being here. The Devil can speak about entrapment. It can speak about negative self-talk, shame, kind of like that internal devil that talks down to your, like, it's like the part of you that talks down to yourself, berates yourself, you know. The Devil is Capricorn energy, which is determination. There is this kind of underworld energy. It's making me think of shadow work right now. Sorry, bear with me as I come to the message with the Devil here. I might have to look at it in light of the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles over here. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that last card that wants to come through. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. It feels like this has been a hard road. This has been a struggle in terms of your own, like you connecting to your own self-worth and you processing karma, processing internal projections that maybe even from childhood about your identity, like your self-knowing and your identity, like over time. So like the Seven of Pentacles is about progress over time and reaping the rewards of that. And I kind of love that she has a snake on her arm, because it's making me think of like the serpent in the Adam and Eve story, and it's making me think of like that connection to our own, quote, like sin and darkness, and there's this harmony with it in this image. And even with the fox here, foxes are symbolism of cunningness and sometimes trickery, you know? And it's almost like this feeling in this walk through the darkness that you've taken of your own inner labyrinth of fears or negative self-identities or whatever it may be, it's like you're entering into this harmony and understanding of why it all was there and why it all had to be, and the connections to your family or to your upbringing or to like the energies that were external that kind of contributed to this internal state. There's understanding there, there's forgiveness there, there's love there. And whether you allow certain energies into your field anymore as you move forward, there's still love and appreciation and forgiveness and at least some form of understanding for why you went through what you went through, and if not why, just an understanding of the nature of it and how you can move forward from it, and like having a peace about it, like finally coming to a peace about it, of like, this shouldn't have happened, or like this shouldn't have happened this way, and I didn't deserve that treatment, but I've come to terms with it, and I'm able to like be more neutral towards it and let it go, because I know that I'm no longer letting it color my self-identity. So there's just this feeling of moving on and making friends with that inner darkness and understanding it more, and realizing that it's a lifelong journey to understand that dichotomy of lightness and darkness within your own being, and learning how to be human in a way that is healthy and balanced and harmonious. Moving forward with the Knight of Cups, it's about romance. It's about something like an energy that's beckoning you forward into beauty, art, romance, love, like a flow with life, and like color, like more color and vibrancy coming into your life. And I feel like that's where you're headed. You're headed into a deeper connection with life itself. And I love that the two swans are there, because I feel like, I know that like what it's really feeling like, as we mentioned before, with circumstances shifting and you entering into a new ability to attract the love that you deserve, and allowing that to grow in your life. You're going to be in completely new circumstances. And I love this Ace of Pentacles. It's gorgeous. There are seeds planted in the earth, and there's one that is like, it's ready to sprout, and she's helping it sprout. She's uplifting it. Wow, this is ready to sprout because I'm finally in the circumstances, the fertile circumstances. Oh my gosh, she's in the earth. This is like a earth fairy. She's inside the earth. Because I was thinking, why did she lift the seed out from the ground? But no, it's still in the ground. You can see the 3 seeds here. And she's like inside the earth, like sending it love, and it finally sprouting. So there's just such new life coming for you. New beauty, new connection. There's a purity coming through. It's beautiful. And you've got like a whole new existence ahead of you. It feels like a whole new relating to the world around you ahead of you. So there's such promise here, and healing and beauty and gratitude here, that it just, whatever decisions you've been making to shift things in your life, they're the right decisions. And even if it's bittersweet, or you're questioning, if it's the right decision, or it is, and you're doing what's best for your soul's growth. And by doing that, you should know that that's what's best for all souls' growth. So you're making the right choices, and you're entering into this more harmonious, fertile ground for love to sprout in your life in the way that you've always wanted it to. So yeah, alrighty. I think that is your message, group number 2. Thank you so much for being here. This was a beautiful reading. If you'd like more in-depth readings, I have a Patreon, and in that I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is more externally focused, which is more about what you're manifesting in the world around you. The other one is more internally focused, which is more about your connection to the self, your healing journey. With that internally focused reading every month, I offer an in-depth infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can check it out in the link down below. If you'd like to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, any amount is always welcome, even just $1. I am so gratefully appreciative, and it helps me to live my dreams. Thank you so much if you do decide to tip me. I also have merchandise that is adorable if you're interested in it. It is my Bee and Flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. If you want to like, comment, or subscribe to my channel, that's super helpful as well. I think that's most of it. I have another YouTube channel. It is called Soul Harken. It is my heart and soul in video form, if you'd like to check that out as well. So thank you so much for being here. This was a really beautiful reading. I'm honored to be in your presence, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am doing a short and sweet 4-card tarot pull along with 1 oracle card from the A Little Rain Oracle. And my prompt for today's reading is, you are worthy, a message about your love life. So I'm saying staying super open to what wants to come through. This is about your love journey in general. I mean, that could mean a plethora of things. It could be about self-love. It could be about relationships. It could be about how you're spreading love in the world. So we will see what comes through. You chose group number 3 with the Peruvian lily. Lilies to me represent friendship, joy, and purity. So I'm just going to set this right over here and we are going to get right into the reading. So you chose, so your oracle card is Rum Duel, which I actually love this one. I remember I got this in one of my more recent readings. It packs a punch. Right now, that sacred geometry of it is always what comes through. There's this feeling of harmony. There's this feeling of right now I'm getting this feeling of spirit guides. These feel like a bunch of spirit guides that are surrounding you and feeding love and truth into your soul. There's a message here to open up to spirit guides. Be more open, spiritually speaking, because there's so much external support around you that you might be a little closed off to. There's this feeling and message of you are safe to open up. You don't have to worry about opening up to negative energies. There's this feeling of almost a fear of the more I open up, the more I open up to all of it. And that's not true. You are protected. And the more you open up to your spirit team, the more protected you are from negative energies. So it's the opposite is true. So one aspect of love that wants to come in through you are your spirit guides. And this can be your guardian angels. This can be people that have passed on that protect you and love you. There's something here. There's a team here to support you and protect you and love you. And they just are saying, hey, if you open up a little bit more, we can reach you. You got to consent, So that's what's coming through with that. I do want to read from the book though and see what else is here. Okay, we've got allure, beloved, and welcome. The Rum Duel flower is a thick, stubby yellow flower with a round bud surrounded by chunky petals. It's known for its distinctly pleasant smell that can be recognized from miles away. This thing is stinky, damn. The scent becomes particularly potent during the late evening. Ooh, I wonder where it grows. Oh, the plant's unique fragrance made it famous in Cambodia, eventually leading it to become the national flower, where it is still used rurally for its medicinal use, such as treating dizziness, fever, and blood pressure. The plant is so well known in the country that you'll find the word Rum Duel in multiple city names. When you draw this card, view it as a symbol for positive connection with others. Like the ever-popular Rum Duel, know that you are loved and welcomed. If you are having trouble transitioning to a new city or job, this is an especially important thing to be aware of. The right friends and energy will find their way to you sooner than later, so take heart and know that you are worth knowing. Aw, I love that. You are worth knowing. There are people out there who would be honored to know you. And it feels like opening up to a community. That's coming through very strong. My intention was, there was an emphasis in my intention with romantic love, but there is a feeling in this reading in particular about friendships. So we're going to see what else comes through in the tarot, but I really love that. And there's this feeling of being surrounded by a community of people who know you, get you, see you, love you, accept you, and that you feel safe and comfortable around. So that's nice. That's lovely. Okay, so your tarot cards are for the Council. In this deck, it's called the Council of Monarchs. In the traditional tarot, it is the Emperor. The Ace of Wands. Ooh. All right, for every reading so far, I only had pulled 4 tarot cards, but for some reason I have this urge to leave this middle spot open, and then later in the reading I pull a new one, and that's just happened every time. So that's what we're gonna do. You got another four of air, or 4 of swords, and you got another the entire reading has been very heavy on major arcanas, so collectively it does feel, in the realms of love, it feels like there is a lot of shifts happening. There are a lot of shifts happening, and so far there's been this thread of people willingly making changes and going after what truly brings them love in their life, and that being the priority. So I love to feel that and see that in a collective. That feels very like validating and good to know that there are so many people who are making like huge life decisions based around love. That's what it should be. So I really actually just want to pull the card now. You got the Judgment card. Oh, you know what? I don't think I mixed these up. Yeah, I want to mix them up. I didn't mix them up. What is group number 3's final tarot card? Oh my goodness. All right, well, you got 2 final tarot cards. And what the heck? These are... Okay, you and group number... I think this is just telling me you and group number 2 are very connected. Because I pulled the Judgment card and I realized, oh shit, I didn't mix these up. Started mixing them up. And then these 2 cards pulled out, the Devil and the 7 of Pentacles. And they were... All 3 of those were ones from group number 2. So if you do feel called to go there, I think there could be messages for you in there. Especially if you're looking more about romantic love and how that may come to be for you, because this, again, this feels very friendship oriented. So we'll get... Now, what is the real card for group number 3? Okay. Oh my, you are shitting me. Okay, well, this is what we're going to use. Group number, I'm mind blown. This was from group number 2 too. That's so weird. I don't know. And there's lots of weird synchronicities here. There's like Ace, the High Priestess is 2, your group number 3, and then there are 2 4s. It's very like early beginning stages of something, especially with the 2 aces here, Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. There's this new beginning. So if you are strongly connected to group number 2, that was talking about physical circumstances changing and you taking action based on that, based on what's going to be more in alignment with your truest. Yeah, it just felt like leaving behind something into a new environment that's more fertile for love to sprout. And this energy here feels like, okay, now we're in the new environment, and this is an embodiment of that. There is a deep sense of security here with the 4, with the the 2 4s, and with this the Council of Monarchs here, the Emperor card. There's a deep sense of knowing you're financially supported, knowing you are stable and strong and grounded and safe in this new environment, in this new place. And there's a new spark of inspiration coming through, a new connection to what you're growing and creating. It's almost like this feeling of leaving, like you've gone through this change. And I want to preface this with, whether you're here now in this space, up leveled into this new reality, and that's resonating for you right now, or whether you're in the group number 2 energy, where you are in the process of shedding the old and walking into the new and changing your circumstances for yourself so that you can attract what's true to you. This new era and phase is marked by the deepest sense of security you've ever felt in your life. The deepest sense of knowing and trusting and seeing it reflected back to you in the physical world. Safety, protection, prosperity, abundance, having everything you need at your fingertips to satiate your soul, to satiate your body, to allow you to feel comforted and safe in your community, in your work. There's such a deep, solid, stable ground that you're standing on. And it's unlike any level of security you've ever felt. But because it is so deeply secure feeling, there's this comfort and familiarity in the safety of it all. There's no feeling of worry over whether or not you're going to lose it. There's this feeling with the 7 of Pentacles that kind of popped out earlier. That was in group number 2. Of your lifelong cultivation of trust, of inner trust, inner security, like in this new phase being reflected back to you in the physical world. And it goes so deeply rooted into the depths of your soul, connected to the divine, connected to Mother Earth in such a way that's so true. It's almost like this new solid foundation that you've stepped upon, that it has been built through authenticity, through integrity, through co-creation with the divine. And you know that nothing could take it away from you. And you also know that even if it was taken away from you, you'd be okay. There's no fear here. There's no worry. There's no lack. There's no concern for your safety or concern for your needs being met or concern for any desires not being able to come to fruition, like any soul desires not being able to come to fruition. Like, you know that you can create anything you want from this place, you can build anything you want from this place, that you're always going to have the resources to do so. You're trusting the journey, you're trusting the process. You know, sometimes it's seasons and it's slow moving, but you don't care because you're so in love with where you're at and the process of everything that you wouldn't change it for anything. And you're so grounded and rooted and calm and safe, and you have access to a part of yourself that in the old environment you didn't really have access to because of just this feeling of external like pressures or energies that how do I put it, like it's like not negative, like how do I put this, it's just like a house plant that wasn't getting enough sun and you finally moved it into the perfect location and then the damn thing flourishes. Like, you had the house plant sitting there for maybe 2 years and it's just stayed stagnant, and then you move it. Oh, I feel like maybe I should move it over here. Like, and you move it and suddenly the thing like is huge and it's growing out of its pot, and it's like, it's just quite simply the circumstances have changed, the energies around you have shifted, and now you can grow and you can access these parts of yourself you didn't have access to before. And in particular, it feels like pockets of your being where you can rest in peace. And that sounds kind of death-like, like rest in peace, but it's more like meditative. It's like being okay with silence, being okay with solitude, and finding deep rest in just in your own being. And there's a trust here too. The High Priestess is about trusting your intuition, feeling connected to your inner knowing. There's also a feeling of your spiritual gifts having space to breathe, an exploration of your spiritual gifts. Being in such a calm place, it feels like your spiritual gifts are just more, like you just have more access to just kind of like 5D faculties of your being, like the clairs, like clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance, those claircognizance, those spiritual abilities and senses are more, they feel safer to just be. The calmness is allowing you to embody those parts of yourself more. So my prompt though is, you are worthy, a message about your love life. So I'm curious how this resonates and ties into that. I think there's a really strong feeling of no matter what, first of all, no matter what happens, I'm okay. There's a feeling of just being content in your own being and in love with your life, but in this beautiful, contented way that's not, it's almost like the grounds for you to find love are from such a space of indifference to whether you find love or not, because you're so content and happy with what is. And then we've got this Ace of Wands coming through. It's almost like your new solid, stable ground, your new peace, and then boom, a fire, a passion, a love can come through. It has space to come through. There's a safety in it. You feel safe to explore the fire element within it, like the passion of it. It's like this new security has provided you that inner freedom to follow your passion, follow your love. There's so much protection. There are 3 crows here surrounding her, walking through this path. I kind of like that she's walking from the woods into the city as well, because there's a feeling of moving from one circumstance to the other, especially with the city being, there are more people. We kind of mentioned your environment, your community feeling safe and healthy and loving. And so, and if I were to interpret this as how you're going to meet a new person, as far as a love interest goes, I would interpret it as you feeling safe and comfortable and cozy in a new community, and that person emerging within that space. So it's almost like this feeling of, I'm getting so much of what I need just from my friends and just from my work, and then the cherry on top is that I meet this new person and I'm so falling head over heels in love. Like this passion comes through, this new passion comes through for this new person, and then that gets to be explored, and it feels like the security you've built makes it, like, the only way I can put it is like, if you were so concerned about making sure your basic needs were met, or you were more in survival mode or healing heavier root chakra kind of things, when love came in like that, it would be very destabilizing. And in this case, nothing can destabilize you, so you're free to explore this love, and like in freedom and passion and fun and joy. So that's kind of the feeling. It's so peaceful. It feels so peaceful, but also exciting when this new love comes in. Like, oh my God, like it all, and then like a recognition of everything had to work out this way. I get it now. I get why I've had to go through what I've went through to get to this point. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think that's it. I think that's your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I am honored to channel these messages for you. If you'd like more in-depth tarot readings, I do have a Patreon. I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is more externally focused, which is more about what you're manifesting in the external world. One is more internally focused, which is more about your connection to the self, your connection to the divine, and your healing journey. And with that one, I offer an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. And then anything else I feel called to throw in there, I will. There is a link down below if you feel called to that. If you'd like to like, comment, or subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. You can also leave me a tip / buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Even the smallest amount is so greatly appreciated by me and helps me to grow my channel and live my dreams. So if you feel called to that, there's a link down below. I also have merchandise. It is adorable. It has my bee and flowers logo on it with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," if you're interested in checking that out. And last but not least, I have another YouTube channel. It is called Soul Harken. It is my heart and soul in video form, if you'd like to head over there. Thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye.